Well, we made it back home.
We did.
And the old girl didn't break too much. All it broke was the trunk closing motor back there. So the trunk jiggled and shook most of the way. I think we drove it maybe 1,500 miles. Coming back, we went way around Robin Hood's barn to get here, but that was okay. Why are you getting out of the picture? Anyway, we had a good time. We may have some more thoughts on the subject later. Uh-oh, what happened here? Chipped paint, that's what. Dang, gone. Alright, it's Sunday afternoon. I've been making videos and stuff. You know, that takes a lot of time. But anyway, I'm not crying about it. We did the official long hauler. And this is all the paraphernalia we accumulated during that week. You got all kind of stickers and koozies. Got enough koozies for a football team. Got HP tuner stickers. I bought HP tuners. I don't think I got HP tuner sticker. Maybe I did. Painless, driven. That's the oil I used to break this in. I'd never heard of them before, but anyway, got some shop rags, Speedway shop rags, Amsoil shop rags, some hats. Oh, got an autographed tag here. I think that's Lucky Hot Rod Garage. That's Thunderhead 289. That's Queen Glitter Chaos, DD Speed Shop's other half. And that's Dan there, who gave me such a big hug. You can see that on Instagram or Facebook. I got a Mr. Heavy Chevy Facebook and a Mr. Heavy Chevy Instagram. Sure do. Alright, so now I've got a lot of things to shuffle and put away and all that, so I'm gonna get after it. I probably won't film none of it because I gotta get with it, you know. And maybe a little later on I'll come back and maybe get Mrs. Heavy Chevy out here and we'll give you some thoughts of what we had about the Power Tour 2023. And whether or not we should do it again. What do you think? Should we do it again? I know one thing. I got a whole pile of parts here that need to go in that car. And I need to get some more parts. And I need to make some parts. So I need to get this car done so I can move along. You know, one thing I bought right up over there. I said I was going to go do stuff, but here I am yapping again. Right there is a new set of heads for that Firebird. I bought them, I don't know when, some years ago. A couple years ago, probably. Right before I started this. And I've never installed them. And I want to put a Tremec 5-speed transmission in that car. You know, I've never done this before, but I might contact those guys and see if they'll help a brother out. Maybe. Who knows? But I'd like to get that car. I really wish I'd have took that car instead of that Trans Am on Power Tour. Because, in the grand scheme of things, the Trans Am is kind of a boring car. The only people that really talked to me about it were people who had one in high school. Or shortly thereafter. And there was a couple young guys who had them and was excited to see it. But, you know, mine's just all stock. Nothing elaborate, no LS, no big turbos, nothing like that. So it's kind of boring. You need something that grabs people's attention. Like that Thunderhead 289 guy, he got that part figured out. He had a Holly 4-barrel on 5.5 feet of pipe sticking up above the roof of his car. That got him plenty of attention. I was just slipping under the radar. But that tells you You know, if you're trying to slip under the radar, don't be flashy. Alright, we got all the tools and everything out of the Trans Am. Mama washed it. Thought she was very nice. First, she only missed one big 2x2 spot in the hood, but I said I wouldn't say nothing about it, so that's good. And I put that one in the trailer. It'll be there a while, probably. I need to, you know, I got really too much stuff here, but I need to prioritize how I'm going to handle some of these projects. Maybe she and I will sit down and think that over a little bit. But I got some stuff out there I need to take care of. I got one truck with a 6-liter in it. It's just sitting out there. I need to get that engine out, get that all the stuff off, and I need to take that thing to the junkyard. Just sitting around. And let's see, I got another project I want to do. It's a Mercury on a Caprice body swap deal. I need to get that Caprice running because I swiped some parts off it. I got to put a injector pump in the Suburban. It's broke. I got to put seat belts in the Caprice I'm driving because they're no good. I need to make up my mind. Should I sell that car or keep it? Mama says keep it, but my conscience tells me I should sell it. 2017 with 50,000 miles. Maybe I should keep it. What else was I thinking about? Oh, that's as far as my brain thoughts have gone so far today, or all I can remember at the moment. So I'm gonna shut up now. One thought I had is I really need to get the glass in this car badly so that it can go outside and sit outside more than a couple of hours. That's what really needs to happen, because then I need to pull a few other projects in and get those out of the way. Smaller projects, but stuff that needs done, you know. Man can't live on 57 Chevy alone. Well, this is a bunch of stuff, ain't it?
This ain't
all free. It's all free. We just had to buy the Power Tour deal, and this stuff came with it. So these koozies probably equate to, I don't know, $10 a piece or something like that. But one of the best purchases we made was this Road Atlas. You know, you remember the days when you used to go in a convenience store and buy a map? Can't do that no more.
Nope.
They ain't got them. So better get them while you can, folks. Pretty soon, if you don't have your phone, you ain't gonna be able to do squat. Which might be the ultimate goal. You never know. Or maybe you do know.
Maybe.
Anyway, I think we enjoyed Power Tour this year. What do you think? It's the first time we ever did it. Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Would you do it again?
Yeah. But definitely plan ahead. Give yourself plenty of time and take the back roads.
That's right. A lot of people we noticed were bypassing the route just to get to the venue quicker, so you get a better, so we wouldn't have to wait in line, and wouldn't have to would get a better parking space.
Which you could do if you.
Which we did ourselves one time, just because of the route and where we were at, and had a place to stay and that kind of thing. But we did the route almost every day except one.
And we did part of the route.
Yeah, we did part of the route then one day, but I don't know. Seems kind of like cheating if everybody skips the route just to get there and get a good parking space and all that stuff. But, you know, each to his own. Do what you gotta do.
It shouldn't matter, though.
It just makes it harder when you do the route and you do the spirit of the deal and you can't get in. We sat in Rockingham, I bet outside, I don't know.
Over an hour.
Well over an hour. And I know some people sat 2 hours at times, so.
What the thing is, though, the parking should be different. It shouldn't matter when you show up and when they fill up. I mean, they had specific parking for.
What you might want to do is get the gold or platinum deal. That way you guaranteed parking. If you're just regular, like long hauler like we were, we wound up parking outside in Rockingham. So, which is fine. It's no big deal. It's fine. We did it for the experience and to learn. So.
But definitely the best part of the whole trip was the rides. Is kind of neat going through all the small towns and just seeing all the people and the kids setting up and waiting for us to come through.
That was really cool. Yeah, that was the kids especially.
Mm-hmm.
Because, this hobby ain't going to live if you don't have more to take over. And, the government gets more oppressive every year. This might not live anyway. So, I hope that's not the case. So, I don't know. We might do it again next year. Not sure. A couple thoughts I have is I took that Trans Am because it was the most comfortable and I knew the AC worked and all that. And it wouldn't give me any trouble.
That was nice. That made the long back
wouldn't give me any trouble. I felt a little guilty sometimes watching some of these guys with the wild cars and no AC. DD Speed Shop didn't have no AC. They had some cold water lines rigged to a pump and a cooler, which is almost the same thing. If you get right down to it. So here's a couple thoughts I have about the Power Tour. One, I took that Trans Am, which is kind of a boring car, really. The only people, maybe 10 people came up and talked to me about the car, because they had one when they were in high school or whatever. But there's not no huge following of third gen Trans Am guys. So, it's not loud, it's not flashy, it's just as a driver. The guys with the wild stuff like Thunderhead 289 with a carburetor 5.5 foot in the air, they got lots of attention. Or guys with the rat rods that were real loud and rowdy. A couple of my buddies took one, that 46 Chevy. That made 450 horsepower on the dyno with the nitrous. And my other buddies got Milky One's 72 Monte Carlo with a 454, made her 498 or something on the dyno on the spray. The Trans Am probably make like 150 or something.
But we didn't do it for the attention.
No, but the fact of the matter is, you ride, you get hung in traffic jams. We could do this, take that same ride on our own, and we wouldn't be in no traffic jam. We'd never see people waving at us as we drove by, but. And then once you get to the venue, it's all kind of the same vendors, everything. So kind of what I'm thinking is, if you're going to do it, take something a little wild, so people will talk to you at least. That might make it a little more exciting. If I do it again next year, I'm going to take either the Red Firebird or this, probably. And this, I built this. See, that's my thing. I build stuff quiet and kind of under the radar, and not everybody's going to notice unless they stop and start looking. And most people don't stop and start looking. They're looking for that wild thing that grabs their attention. So I don't know. Let us know in the comments what you think. If we take this next year, it'll be a little bit more attention grabbing than the Trans Am because it's a 57 Chevy. But it's a 4-door, and most guys will just overlook it instantly because it's a 4-door. And they'll never notice it's got a 6-liter LS and an overdrive and air conditioning and a thumping stereo and all that. So, I don't know. Or if we take the Firebird, probably more people would notice that because this is a little loud.
It's flashy.
A little flashier. I mentioned earlier in the video that I needed to get the glass in this car so we can park it outside and work on some other stuff. But we got some news this evening that we're not going to be able to work on the other stuff as much as we thought. Grandpa's, we got some bad news about him, so we need to double down on this car and get this thing ready so she can take it and give him a ride in it. That's what we need to do. So stay tuned for that, and we're gonna make it happen best we can. We're gonna turn up the heat, folks. We've been kind of slacking a little bit, so we're gonna turn up the heat. We're gonna try to get this car running and go give Grandpa a ride. Right, babe?
Right.
So all we got left to do that, is get the headliner in it, put the speakers in it, put the glass in it, finish up the back of the front seat, give it a wheel alignment.
Fix the drive shaft.
I think I'm going to get a smaller diameter drive shaft to fix the clearance issue.
That'll be the fastest, quickest way.
Maybe not the cheapest, but the quickest.
Fix the radiator.
Got to fix the radiator. Got to get it tuned right. What else? Well, we got a little list right here. All right, the card filled up, so I had to get a new one. Where did I leave off at?
We got a list of stuff we need.
Oh yeah, list of stuff. List of stuff. We got to build tailpipes, finish the emergency brake, put a sway bar on it, finish the grease fittings in the front. See why the cutouts don't work. I did an air cleaner. I'd like to modify that a little more. Tidy up the wiring, front glass, rear glass, headliner, shifter boot, stereo and speakers, complete the heat and air. Front bumper, we can cross that off. Where's your marker at? Go get a marker, quick. Cross one off whenever we can. There we go. Alignment, we got to get hubcaps. We can do without that. The carpet's kind of in it. Finish the seats, bleed the brakes. I got to fix that one brake line.
Get the emblems put on.
Left front turn.
And fix passenger window.
Yeah, that too. And probably a bunch of other things, but she called her grandpa tonight. It's Father's Day, She always calls her grandpa. And anyway, we're going to get it done. He said he didn't think we could do it, but we're gonna. So.
Well, it's not that he said he didn't think we could do it. Didn't think he'd be around for it. But I'm hopeful.
We can do it. We can do it.
He's 92. He'll be 93 in September. It'd be a great birthday present.
That's right. Any parting thoughts?
Got a lot of work to do and a short time to do it.
That's right. So we're going to get after it. We might have to sacrifice a few things like the rear sway bar, stuff like that, but we better get busy. All right. Thank you all for watching. You want to ring the bell?
Sure.
We haven't done that last couple videos, like 5.
Really?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to go to www.mrheavychevy.com and say a couple prayers for Grandpa.
Yes.
A couple other thoughts I had before I started getting a little emotional, for Pete's sake. We were on Power Tour. We did meet some pretty cool people. We met some subscribers.
Yes.
How many you think? 10 or something like that? I signed
Maybe.
6 autographs.
Mm-hmm. You had to scratch
2
some.
of them I had to scratch onto their Power Tour thing with a piece of welding rod I had in the Trans Am.
Gave him the welding rod as a souvenir.
I remember where that welding rod came from, and it's been in there for 25 years.
I can't believe you had that in there.
It's high dollar 16th inch stainless steel welding rod.
They were tickled too that it was being scratched into their long
That's all I had, and then a Sharpie. What else? We met some cool people.
Yeah.
We were on one part of the trip, and this guy we ran into at the gas station had a Ford Ranger, but it didn't sound like no Ford Ranger. In fact, you'll see it in our video. I was messing with him. We were going down the road, and my Trans Am with a little weak thing. I'd stand on it. I did that a couple times, and then he let her eat there for a second. And I got whooped by a Ford Ranger. And then his wife hollered and said the trunk was loose. And I said, I know, it's broke. It's junk. Anyway, we ran into him in Bristol. We talked to him for an hour, I bet.
Yeah.
So,
cool people.
Yeah, so.
And they were subscribed and didn't even realize it.
They didn't recognize me. Anyway,
That's because you're always behind the camera.
but anyway, it's pretty cool. So maybe a little bit wilder vehicle would help encourage some of that. So don't worry about the carpal tunnel. It was only 5 autographs.